Idolm ster Xenoglossia is a 2007 series that is very loosely based on the Japan-only arcade Xbox 360 video games The Idolm ster by Namco Bandai. Now before I go any further, I will explain why the anime is loosely based on the video game. The video game, originally released for arcades in 2005, is a combination racing sim slash rhythm action game in which the player takes control of a rookie producer at 765 Productions and has to manage 9 prospective J-pop idols on their roads to superstardom. The girls are Haruka Amami, Chihaya Kisaragi, Yukio Hagiwara, Yayoi Takasuki, Ritsuko Akizuki, Azusa Miura, Iori Minase, Makoto Kikuchi, and Ami and Mami Futami, who classify as a single idol. The producer manages these girls' training sessions in a series of rhythm action mini-games, manages their auditions, and talks with the girls in a series of dialogue choice scenes in order to build a stronger relationship with them. The game was ported to the Xbox 360 in 2007 with the addition of a 10th girl, Miki Hoshi. In fact, it can be said that if it wasn't for the Idolm ster, the Xbox 360 would have died in Japan. A series of 3 PSP games were released in 2009 that introduced 2 more girls, Hibiki Kanaha and Takane Shijo. The Idolm ster 2 was released in 2011 for the Xbox 360, and not long after, an anime series that is actually based on the video game began to air on Japanese television. To this day, it has a very dedicated fan base that combines footage of the girls singing and dancing with elaborate special effects and remixed music to create stunning music videos. Idolm ster Xenoglossia differs from the game in many ways. Xenoglossia is an action mecha anime made by Sunrise that features the girls as mecha pilots instead of singers. I had no idea what the creators of this series were thinking or when adapting the source material, but I'd say that turning the girls from pop idols into pilots of giant robots was the last thing I would think of. Another major way the anime differs from the video game is how the girls are portrayed in the anime. Some have had their personalities mostly preserved, while others have undergone a complete 180, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Fans of the video game who are new to this anime may dislike or even take offense to how their favorite characters are portrayed in this anime, but a piece of advice that I would give is to treat the anime versions of the girls as related to their real video game versions in name and appearance, in most cases only. Also, since this anime was being made before the release of the 360 port of the Idolm ster, Miki is not in the series, though that may be a good thing. Now, with all that out of the way, let's finally get to the plot. Approximately 100 years before the events of the anime, an apocalyptic event called the Lost Artemis occurred, in which Earth's moon was destroyed and wiped out approximately 1/4 of the world's population. Fragments of the moon remain orbiting around the planet, and occasionally a fragment, called a drop, drips towards the Earth. The remnants of humanity formed a worldwide organization called Modenkind to destroy the drops before they contact Earth. Branches of Modenkind around the world use nuclear warheads to destroy the drops heading towards their respective countries, but since Japan cannot use nukes due to the 3 non-nuclear principles, they use giant robots called idols to destroy the drops. The exoskeleton of the robot is built around a central core, which originated from certain drops that made contact with Earth. Additionally, the idol core is sentient and is self-aware with its own thoughts and feelings. Only females can pilot them, and their performance in missions is not just dependent on the skills of their pilot or Idolm ster, but also on their compatibility with her. The story begins when Haruka Amami attends a singing idol audition, but it is really a cover-up by Modenkind Japan to find more Idolm sters. On the way to Tokyo, she meets Yukio Hagiwara, another girl who passed the audition. After Haruka arrives in Tokyo, a long-abandoned idol named Ember awakens and immediately takes a liking to her, and accepts her as his pilot. Since nobody has been able to successfully pilot Ember for years, she is quickly trained in piloting by Modenkai Japan's manager, Azusa Miura. Haruka also sparks the ire and jealousy of Iori Minase, who, despite having been at Modenkai much longer than Haruka, is still only the idol Nebula's backup. Other Modenkai Japan personnel include Captain Joseph Shingetsu, Engineer Mitsuko Akizuki, and veteran idol master Makoto Kikuchi, who is Nebula's main pilot. Eventually, Chief Engineer slash idol sensation Ami Futami returns to Modenkind. However, she is hesitant at first because her twin sister Mami was supposedly killed a few years ago, involving an accident with another idol, Tempestus. While away from work, Haruka spends time with her best friend Yayoi, who hosts a radio show in Tokyo. Whenever Yayoi is seen, she is usually wearing some outlandish costume, such as a penguin or crab. Since Haruka cannot talk about either Modenkind or her work to outsiders, she refers to it as school and Ember as another guy in the class she's interested in. Yayoi is there to support Haruka whenever she's in a bind about what to do. A rival organization, Turia Vita, is preparing for an all-out war with Modenkind in order to replace the human race with idle human hybrids called Mishlings. Chihaya Kisaragi is their main idol master, and she pilots the idol Nubilum. Although she also desires to wipe out the human race, her main motivation throughout the series is to get Ember back, as she was his first pilot. Rifa is a prototype Mishling, and she is possibly the most evil character in the show, as she views the killing of humans to be a mere game. She pilots the man-made idol Epimetheus. Turia Vita is led by mysterious Deldana, who never says a single word throughout the series, and whenever the viewer sees her outside of flashbacks, she's asleep in her wheelchair. It is later revealed that she was with Modenkind and helped turn the idols into fighting robots, but she most likely saw the Mishlings as the next step in human evolution and broke away from Modenkind due to her extremist beliefs. Only a few characters resemble their original video game versions. Haruka is still clumsy at times, Ritsuko is more interested in the technical aspects of the idols than piloting them, Iori is still the tsundere, Ami is actually a pop idol, although being very mature for her age, and Yayoi is still energetic as ever. Azusa in the video game can be considered a bit of a ditz, due to her carefree personality and bad sense of direction. In Xenoglossia, she is a very competent leader and one of the most mature characters in the series. Makoto is a tomboy here as well, but it's almost at excessive levels when compared to the original. In the video game, Makoto is trying to become more feminine by becoming an idol, but in Xenoglossia, she has no interest at all in femininity. Despite that, she is quite possibly the most interesting character development throughout the series. Yukio also underwent some changes. In the video game, she gets nervous easily and is very shy, but she puts herself down so much in Xenoglossia it's annoying to see. There is also something else regarding her character that I will cover in a spoilers section of this review. Without a doubt, the character that underwent the most extreme change is Chihaya. In the video game, Chihaya is perhaps the most mature girl out of all of them. She is very serious about singing and doesn't really care about fame. She is also perhaps the most quiet and reserved girl, which I can relate to because I am also quiet and reserved. Add to that the fact that she is a generally kind person, and it's no wonder that the other girls have a lot of respect for her. For Xenoglossia, Sunrise decided to forget all of that and turn her into a complete psycho bitch that rivals Hannibal Lecter in apathy. However, the only aspect Xenoglossia Chihaya, who I will call Bitch Chihaya from now on, see what I did there, and the real Chihaya have in common are their hair color and name. Everything else, even their breast sizes, are different. I can imagine Sunrise's discussion about Chihaya's character. Hey, Chihaya is a pretty popular character among the fan base, right? But they're always making fun of her flat chest. Not me, I don't care about that. But how about we make her boobs big? That'll make the fans happy. Yeah, but we can't give them their cake and let them eat it too. How about we turn her to a completely evil bitch? Um, but won't that turn off some fans? Mainly the fans who like Chihaya the most? Also, why is she so evil? Ah, forget our biggest fans. We have to make our series dark. Also, I'll get back to you on why Chihaya is so evil. My biggest problem with Bichihaya is not that she was turned into the devil incarnate, it's just that throughout the series it's never explained why she is so prone to murder and torture and apathy. We are just supposed to accept the fact that she's evil just because she is, and it's one of my biggest complaints about this anime. The relationship between Ember and Haruka is cute and fun to watch as they become closer. Although Ember possibly harbors less than pure thoughts about Haruka, it's clear that they care about one another. Haruka offers encouragement to Ember whenever possible and plays games with him, and Ember protects Haruka during missions to the best of his ability. Iori is possibly my favorite character in this anime. She's tough and resolute, but is also willing to help others and is a kind person despite her rough exterior. The animation is very well done. It is evident that Sunrise spared no expense in the technical aspects of this anime. Everything from backgrounds to character animation has great detail and is just well done in general. Regarding sound and music, it's hit and miss for me. The music that plays during the episodes does a good job conveying the mood of the particular scene. However, regarding the opening and ending themes, I have mixed opinions of. The first opening theme, Benetsu SOS, is just annoying in my opinion. It's way too upbeat and energetic, and it also doesn't fit the mood of the series. The second opening theme, which starts at around episode 16, is much better. It's also at this point that the series takes a darker turn and this song fits it perfectly. The ending theme, called Dear Boy, accompanies the relationship between Haruka and Ember pretty nicely, but still I'm not particularly fond of it. In conclusion, Idolm ster Xenoglossia is quite an interesting take on the video game. Its running length of 26 30-minute episodes is just right. The story has its positive and darker aspects that keep it interesting, and I like how the robots had their own personalities. The relationship between Haruka and Ember is quite possibly my biggest praise for this anime. The ending is very powerful, emotional, and bittersweet. However, some character relationships and motivations are never really explained, and the viewer is expected to just accept them as is and not question them. Fans of the video game may be turned off by the series, as they may want to show that it's actually based on the video game and characters that haven't been completely butchered. Also, this is not the anime's fault at all, but Saren fansubs had this bad habit of adding these strange comments to the top of the screen that are completely unrelated to the scene or can actually distract one from the mood the show is trying to make. Word of advice, don't put silly comments on the anime. That's what YouTube is for. I mean, Yuri get? I appreciate you translating and subbing the series, but that doesn't give you the right to put silly distracting comments on the anime. I give Idolm ster Xenoglossia a score of 7.5 out of 10. Now I have more to say about this anime, but it will contain spoilers, so I'll make it into a separate video. Thanks for watching everyone, keep on hanging in there.